This week's champion trends feature Malzahar, Urgot, Garen, Heimerdinger, Maokai, and Nunu. I'm Lindsay with Zam, and this is LolKing's League Trends. Let's dive into Summoner's Rift. The increases in pick rate this week have Graves up first, with Poppy, Victor, Urgot, and Malzahar rounding out the list. Riot has realized that Malzahar was meant to be an AD champion and not an AP one. The new scaling changes will make Malzahar one of the strongest marksmen on the Rift along with his Voidlings. To help Malzahar fulfill the role that he was meant to be all along, all of his magic damage spells have been changed to physical damage. Malzahar will keep all of the crowd control from his current abilities, making him a late scaling marksman, AD caster, burst assassin, and a crowd control monster. The top 5 champions with the biggest decrease in pick rates include Urgot, Caitlyn, Leona, Gragas, and Wukong. I think it's high time we discussed Urgot and his steady decline in pick rates. He went from 65% pick rate last week to 34%, and looking at this champ, it's clear to see why. Back in patch 3.5, he received a balance update which brought him into the brightest limelight like ever. Only now, almost a year later, people seem to struggle playing him because of itemization. Building AP as opposed to AD on Urgot simply works. It's science. An early item to build when you're ahead on CS is a Trinity Force if you really want to show the enemy team who's in charge. Champions with the biggest increase in win rates have Urf up first, with Urf, and Garen trailing behind. Riot has gone crazy with buffing champs lately. Let's look at one of those changes. Garen received a new passive, Camp. If Garen stands still for 3 seconds or longer, a brush will automatically appear on top of him and it hides him like a normal brush. The brush will appear on top of Garen as if it's always been there, even if the enemy is watching. If you hide for just long enough, maybe they'll forget you're even there and then you can ambush them and spin to win. Champs with a decrease in win rate this week have Lee Sin up first, with Heimerdinger, Pantheon, LeBlanc, and Lucian rounding out the list. Due to Heimerdinger's new rework, people are picking him more than before. Heimer is coming back, bigger, badder, and more dongery. Instead of having to pick which ability you want to upgrade, now you can use all 3 upgraded versions of his abilities: giant turrets, exploding grenades, and endless missiles. Run through Summoner's Rift and show off your sweet guns and brains while tearing your way to your enemy's nexus. Can you say Grand Theft Heimer? Cause I can. The biggest increase in bans this week have Galio leading the charge with over 9,000, while Maokai, Diana, York, and Nautilus finish off the list. Maokai is one of the lesser-known junglers in the current high mobility meta. However, with the recent lane switch-ups in LCS, champs with low mobility like Maokai are starting to show their strength. The trick with Maokai is to be one with the treant. Be the tree in the jungle. Enemy champs will simply pass you by, which gives you plenty of opportunity to strike when they least expect it. The element of surprise is how you win with Maokai. You don't even need any items. Just make sure the rest of your team comp is able to handle enemy ganks, because they'll need it. Finally, champs with the biggest decrease in bans this week feature Miss Fortune, Rammus, Nunu, Malphite, and Shen. This week, Nunu has graced the decrease in bans, but don't let that fool you. Due to his Blood Boil, he can boost any slow and awkward ADC like Caitlyn or Lucian. With a Jinx in bot lane, however, you got yourself a literal storm of attack and movement speed that's 100% guaranteed to mercilessly win any bot lane matchup. Some recent changes to Nunu include a global laugh, which is great for the mind game meta currently going around. And let's not all forget that infamous Nunu ultimate Absolute Zero, which Riot has decided will deal AD instead of AP. All in all, this Yeti Rider is emerging as the strongest support champion on the Rift. Hashtag LCS 2014, I believe! We hope you guys enjoyed this April Fool's episode. Much troll. Wow. Please stay tuned to LolKing's YouTube channel for the real League trends later this week. I'm Lindsay. Thanks for watching.